It is Monday, May the 13th, start of a new week. The vlog went up as usual last night, kind of after I kind of finished recording, got straight into that. 2:51, so probably on track, probably normal actually. A lot of good comments though, and from a lot of people that haven't commented previously as well, so that's really pleasing. There has been quite a rush of orders since yesterday. There's been 8 on there and 2 on Brickowl. Thankfully, as you'll see in a minute, none of them massive. What are we looking at? 115 is the no, 200, but it's only one type, so that's not all right. Yeah, so thankfully none of them massive, because things have moved. There's been some action at long last. After talking about it for an entire week, I actually got off my backside and did something. So orders from yesterday are all packed up and ready to go, but that desk is gone. Now you can see what a messy so I am. All of this stuff had dropped down the back. I found myself a few parts that probably are missing from inventory. A lot of bubble wrap that I've been hoarding. A Lego sign. Got to figure out this stuff in order to start picking the orders, which are on the printer this morning. I've got to figure out some kind of workable solution this morning to start picking. The drawers in there have gone. We'll be able to restore that to being a wardrobe. Imagine that. Yeah, so progress was begun. It looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Kind of like, ooh, what happened? So I'll show you in the other room. So this is still work in progress, and the light isn't on in here, but you can see what a much darker room it is. So I'm going to have to get some really bright bulbs to be in here. Still moving stuff out. It's a bit like one of those puzzles where you've got the piece missing and you need to slide stuff around. So all of this stuff is going to go in what used to be the store where the drawers used to be, whilst we kind of jiggle things around and whatnot. So I'll probably have to zoom out so you can get like a full that way. Well, that's as far as it goes, is it? Yeah. So we've got stacks of 9. So there are 5 stacks of 9, and then there are 3 on this side, and they're just in the same order as they were at the moment. So there's a bit of sorting out to do. And then we've got small drawers along the bottom and larger drawers along the top. Just for now, this is just kind of clearing off what was on the desk, which is there. And those IKEA legs extend a fair old way to get them in, which is good. And so there's going to be another desktop on top of this one, which will fit into that corner. So there will be this void in that corner, but there's not a lot I can do about that. And then one of the white shelves is going to be here, I think, but it's kind of a case of it suddenly looks a lot smaller than it did on the plan. So I'm a little bit worried about the spacing of things. So that's where we're at. So I can start picking orders, but obviously we only start from D611 in here and BD144. We've got all the trays in here, but yeah. So whilst we've got orders to pick, I still need to figure out where to put the tubs, and that's a bit difficult to figure it out right now, unless I erect one of those steel shelves and put them on there and then pick orders in here. But that means I need to switch the terrible lights that are in there first thing. So yeah, I think I'll probably just try and pick the easy orders that I can and then start working that out. But this is looking good, kind of. It certainly looks more than it did previously. Kind of, don't know, it just looks more substantial when it's all in one block than it did when it was kind of peppered around. But that's the way it goes. The other thing that I need to do is switch out the drawer order, because these two cabinets were stacked on top of each other. It went sequentially down 800 and then 801, sorry, 800, and then 801 was underneath, which is now over there. So I need to switch over those drawers, but because I didn't label a whole load of drawers, we're all right. Don't have to move too many at this stage. So but I won't do that until I've got the other metal shelf in, which is going to hold 18 of these things by my measurements. If I've cocked that up, I'm going to be furious, but we'll see. So yeah, we'll continue this today and give you some updates as we go. Okay, so it is, what time is it? It is just before midday. It's quite echoey in this room at the moment because there's not a lot in here that's going to absorb noise. But anyway, orders picked, 9 of them in total, miscounted, of which I will quickly walk you through them. So 5 of these 6x16 studs on one edge kind of plates. Most of these are domestic letters, strangely. Some curved bricks, some reddish doodahs, technical name, a cauldron, steaming cauldron book thing, and some other bits, dark blue grey and one sole blue piece in there, whole load of trans round bricks and headlight bricks, 39 curved windows, whatever you would call those, round windows, and 39 pearl gold window fillers, window panes, what are they technically called? Lattice, there you go. Clearing me out of yellow 2x3s, sold a whole bunch of those yesterday, and clearing me out of green and reddish brown as well, and then some medium azure and some white and some black thrown in there as well. Light blue grey, another batch of these in today's order. Whatever's going on, and I'm not the cheapest, so it's not that they're just a great price because I've double checked it. Some blue, white, trans, dark blue grey, interesting little mixture, that one. And then some plant action, some nugget, some light nugget, medium nugget, and some reddish brown nougat for you American viewers. I know how that kind of bugs you when I say nugget. And some light blue, dark blue. And the final one was 200 Technic bricks in black, 1x2s. So 1x2s, 1x4s even. The tubs, the 2L tubs that kind of were around the benches, have moved through here to try and make picking a little bit easier when I was doing these. I will say, thank goodness they were small orders. So the actual bits that I needed through here were fairly limited, so kind of need to get a move on and get things sorted. I've been out and bought the brightest light bulbs that I could get, which will fit in that. There were some that were bigger, but the bulb head would be too big to go in there. So 1,450 lumens. The brightest I could find in there was a 1,650 lumen. So that's that. Probably why it was a little bit dim in here is because I think that is that what a light bulb normally looks like. Anyway, this was only a what was that? It's not easy to focus on that. Let me just have a look with my own eyes. Not that they're any better. I think that might say an 80 watt. Oh, everything needs a clean in here. So that's where we're at. I'm going to get all this ready for the post office, add these 9 to the other, I think it was 14 orders, which makes that a pretty big weekend. The week, which pretty much will tick over in an hour or so, was a record week. 7 point something orders per day in the end. A couple of big days in amongst that, which has tipped that over the edge, and certainly from a revenue point of view, I think we may have set a weekly record. And that's without doing any promotion, boosting or anything like that for the May the 4th promo, of which I think we've got maybe 14 people in the draw for that so far, which is cool. Obviously the book won't arrive till mid-June, but there we go. So I've been to the lockup as well. I've got some sets that sold at the weekend from eBay. I picked up some additional packaging for mailer envelopes and some of the mini boxes and some stuff to put eBay sales into. So that is next get these packed up to the post office, and then start getting the rest of this room sorted and ready for tomorrow. Really, I want to try and get everything I possibly can done today, so that we can just kind of have business as usual tomorrow. First stop, fixing the lights. It's Tuesday evening. Busy day doing other things actually. So there's 5 orders, 3 picked, 2 have come in during the day. So it's been pretty quiet. Monday was really quiet and it's continued to be quiet. So that's the downside of having a super busy weekend. You suddenly have a quiet period and you really notice it. So this one, just a little selection of black pieces, including a couple of samurai swords. These little pieces are pretty hard to find. It's used, and I've sold some in blue and stuff like that. This one, a collection from a regular buyer, lighthouse keeper, some windows, a little bit of dark blue, light blue grey, and mainly white stuff. Whether he's building the lighthouse or not, I'm not sure. And then the largest order of the 3, by quite a way, but I'm getting a tile, so I need to go and get that. Good haul of sand green, bit of dark tan, light tan, just normal tan, isn't it? Including one of those light bushy little plants, the only one I had of those. A little bit of a selection of other things, snake, some other things, odd little selection, some black, some reddish brown, and a little bit of dark brown in there as well. So that's a good one. And then the 2 other orders that are sitting here, one of them is for 244 parts and one of them is just for 66, but that one's off to Spain. So I don't think we've done a Spanish order previously. So progress in moving the store has kind of been going along. The drawers have changed, and it was actually a dream picking those orders, because pretty much the majority of the small drawers are now in front of me. So whereas before I was kind of backwards and forwards in, it was pretty seamless. I just need to change the actual drawer code remarks to 0102 so that they appear in order as we're going through. I spent some of the day trying to find something to fix the fact that these are still not available. Went to Spotlight because they do another little tray that goes in here, really useful. Box Company, 7 compartments. They had them in stock, but they were in the back room in a box, and the miserable people that worked there didn't want to go and get them to show me. So yeah, I went away and decided that the people that work in Spotlight are the rejects from Bunnings. They're just like the miserable rejects. And then on the other side of the room, this is what we're looking at. Can I zoom out a bit to kind of help? No, that's as far as it goes. So I'm going to cable tie these 4 cabinets to the end, and then that gives us all of the big drawers are down here, which again, that was really nice picking orders today, going through that. And then this is kind of the drawer numbers, like they're the very latter ones that we've added recently, and then the big drawers continue around there, and then we really have capacity, so those few can move into this end piece, and then we've got a little bit of capacity to grow. We've got overflow up the top, so there's the 2 minifigure overflows, and then some other overflows that we use. Obviously there are more overflows in these cupboards up there. And then on this side of the drawer the shelf system, we've got all the 2 litre tubs, which, given that we've got a lot of space in the drawers that we don't have trays for, I'm thinking anyway, that I might decant some of these and break them down, because we're kind of, that fits perfectly apart from 3. And I think the plan now is that the desk is going to go in this bit, and then those are going to go down there and then in there. out of the way. I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to do this. Unless some of them go up there, and then we get rid of a lot of those, which I just don't think we're possible to get rid of a lot of these, given the sheer volume of parts in there. Yeah, so that's where we're at. I still need to do some work, so I haven't brought that other desktop through there, and then I'm going to have these AD drawers against the wall over there, so they'll be there. But yeah, it's kind of worked quite well today. It's all a case of just kind of starting to work it out, get a feel for it. A couple of eBay things that I need to send off as well that are all packed, but post office tomorrow really. But that's where we're at. It is, what day is it? I think it's Wednesday. Just about lunchtime, and I'm in amongst it. Oh, it's a thing of beauty, isn't it? Anyway, quiet-ish week is kind of continuing. Just the 4 orders. Just grab a business card to hide an address. There we go. So, first one first. Some wheels and car parts really. Although there are 6 tyres and 6 rims, so 1.5 cars maybe. A lot of reddish brown slopes in that one. This one off to Valencia, and again I think it's kind of Speed Champions related would be my guess. And then the final one of the 4 is some reddish brown, dark blue, the usual suspects. Sand green, been very popular in the last day or two. Not a lot has happened since yesterday. As you can see, beautiful light in here. The 18,000 lumens or whatever it is in the light also helps during the day. Although the wife thinks it's a bit like a hospital in here. I need to attach these to the end, secure them to the end today, and then it could be. Well, I've actually got some other work that I need to do, but I need to get doing some labelling down there, and then moving those drawers, that little column of drawers, into this stack and get them the numbers running sequentially, similarly with these ones, because it goes 500 501, whereas I want it to go 500 501. But I have to say this new layout is so much quicker, because obviously before, you know, if I needed a small drawer, I was having to walk around the little shelf thing that rolled out, get the drawer, bring it back. As you're piling through, what do we got here? We run up to 610 drawers right in front of you on one kind of picking platform. It just saves a lot of time. You know, it's 3 or 4 journeys. Probably means my steps for the day I'll drop a little bit, but you know, horses for courses. That's not the right saying. Swings and roundabouts was what I needed to say. So yeah, got to figure out what I'm going to put on that drawer. Probably some of those, I just need to have a little think about the boxes up the top. These are a lot better. You know, like these were hidden in the wardrobe, tucked behind a couple of cabinets that had to be moved every time I needed to get into them. So that's good. But I just, you know, we've obviously got more of those up here. So there's a couple of boxes of instructions that are still through in the other room, which I want to get up there. So some of those, the more used ones, so OF9, OF16, definitely, and OF15. So probably that column there will definitely go up there, because they're much more commonly used. And then we need to start getting some more parts in the store. We're down to like 460 something. So there is a lot of stuff in here to be parted out. Sets, and then we've got more sets up there that need to be parted out, and then more sets here. And there's a Sith infiltrator waiting at the post office to collect today. That's an interesting shot, isn't it? Obviously parting that out for the Saw Gerrera file. And then what we're going to do is I had a brainwave that to create the dividers, I just need to get some cardboard for now. I've inquired again what the status of the actual trays is and haven't heard back. I tried hunting around for takeaway boxes which were more square. I saw Bricks for Leisure started doing some vlogs, and she had some nice little pots from IKEA, which might be worth investigating. And she actually had cardboard in some of these drawers for minifigures. So I'm thinking that could be the way. Get one of those kind of hot glue guns to make the corner joints rather than cutting them and making slots for them to go into. Might be the way to go. Yeah, so that's where we're at. As I say, kind of pretty slow week. You know, orders have dropped to under 2 a day this week, and today is technically the quietest day of the week, isn't it? So I'm not expecting a great deal. So get these packed up, get them to the post office, and then I need to jump onto some other things. But my mind is turning to sorting these drawers out, so that we can start alleviating some of this and getting things moved into its final position, which will probably be the rest of this week, you know, if I'm honest, into the weekend. And then next week, got to really get my I almost swore, I really have to get my bottom in gear to get some new parts in the store, to get that level back up, because we've dropped, what, 20,000 parts, which is incredible. Thursday afternoon. I continue in the quieter week, although this one saved the revenue for the week. 3 orders, a horse and a saddle, and the longest piece that I had in the used section, and a couple of other little bits in there as well. This one kind of a whole bunch of flat silver, metallic gold bits, a couple of minifigure heads, some treasure chests, no doubt, for the coins, a couple of bricks, probably something medieval, should we think, and then the minifigure haul, Star Wars all the way, 16 of them, some snow troopers, a biker scout, a clone trooper, gunner, guard, a Dinjarin, I can't remember what set he's from, but I've got a couple of them, a TIE fighter, a 187th Rebel something, Leia, Hoth, not sure if that's Luke or whether that's somebody else, the mechanic with a crazy moustache, where is he, and the hair, old school. Can't remember her name actually, what's she called, Kaz Zioni. 20th anniversary Lando, Mace Windu, and another Rebel female officer. That one getting the tile. So that's the 3 of those. A little bit of progress on the drawer containers. Stole the idea, as I explained. These, can't pronounce it, from IKEA. Does it say what they're called on the bottom? Yeah. Probably can't make that out, can you? Noijig. Anyway, you can fit that. They do a bigger one, but they were out of stock. So you get that many in there. So you either get what's that, 6, 7, 8, or you get 9 squares. And I've got a whole bunch of them to put into drawers for now, which will keep things ticking over. A large bag of goodies that are going to be going on eBay. Some things are going to go in the store, parted out, but majority of that is going on eBay. Yes, that's a panic because it's been a quieter week, and at the end of the month I need to keep some revenue coming in. Nothing else has really happened. Yeah, nothing else to report, so I'm just going to crack on with sorting. I got all the drawers in order. These are all now securely fastened. Rock solid, which is really good. They're all sequential down the way and then from the top and down the way. So we're all, do we go to the bottom? Yeah, we go all the way to the bottom of that, and then a few down that corner, then we go all the way down there, and then we're into heading around there when we get into that, which is a task to do. Got the desktop to go in the corner here, smaller desk, but it's all I really need in terms of having a desk. Having it in the other room is a pain at the moment, especially when you're trying to print out packaging labels and things like that. So yeah, that's where we're at. 3 orders, get them packed, get them to the post office with a couple of eBay sales, and then come back and perhaps tackle some more of these drawers. It is Friday afternoon, and in something of a pivot, we'll call it, we had a bit of a huge change. Mrs. Yellow Brick Road came up with a bigger, better, bolder, more adventurous scheme to actually change the room that we'd started moving into an even bigger one, which has required an awful lot of effort on both of our parts to get even to this stage, and we're not finished yet. But what it does mean is we have one long row here of big drawers. We have a 5 litre tubs over there. We've got more 2 litres over here. We've got the AD drawers down there. We've got 5 litre tubs down the bottom here. Big drawers, as I've said there. And we have a massive long run of all of these small drawers running all the way along there, and a 4 metre desk from which to work on, and a patio door out there to enjoy. And these cupboards will be converted over the weekend into storage for instructions, packaging and other paraphernalia. We do have the overflow boxes down here at the moment, and there will be a desk going here. So yeah, a fairly substantial change. A awful lot of work getting it in. Having reordered the numbering of these, it now needs to be reordered again. 4 orders. There is a 5th one. It's not been paid for yet. It is a large one, 1,000 plus from a local buyer, which is great. Get a bit of a shadow in here, but the lighting has been changed to be bright, and there are additional spotlights in the light up here, so in lesser light it's much improved in here. So first up is kind of domestic letter, a little bit of light blue, dark blue, some black, and a couple of lightsabers, one light trans light blue and one trans dark blue. A couple of curved window door panes and some of those corner inverted slopes. This one, I'm going to guess it's an escape pod. I think that's what all these parts come from. Canopy, and then the wall parts, and a couple of printed tiles in dark blue. And then the 4th and final one is a repeat by a Russell, no Chewbacca this time, but some more of the profile bricks, some white slopes, and clearing me out of the dark blue door frames. So there's another one to be added to the list. All the labels are done. Need to get them off to the post office along with some eBay sales. There'll probably be some updates over the weekend, so I'm not going to wrap up just yet. But as you can see, an awful lot of work has been done overnight since yesterday to get everything moved and shifted and re-laid out so that the store could continue operating today and into the weekend. Much more to go, as I say. These cupboards need sorted. But we're up and running in this space, and kind of, you know, whilst it was good in the other room, space-wise, we were going to run out with the amount of containers, the larger containers. So yeah, we had a bit of a chinwag about longer term, mid-term, long-term strategy for the store, and this was the decision. So we're up and running, and I'll give you some updates over the weekend as we get everything sorted. It is Sunday late afternoon when the vlog's usually going up, but work has only just finished. Herculean effort from Mrs. Yellow Brick Road. If there's one thing that's better than my OCD, it's hers. So we are in incredible shape after a big weekend. both of us getting a little bit twitchy that those two shelves are not perfectly aligned. This one's a little bit crooked. But hey, it's in. So what do we got? Desk in situ here in the corner now. 13 orders in over the weekend, and the toner cartridges run out again. How is that possible? Oh goodness. Yeah, so there we go. We've got desk, done that, printer. Then we've kind of got a packing area coming to shape with overflow down the bottom. Those picking tables slotted away. That's a little bundle that's all for eBay, which I'm going to worry about tomorrow. Packing stuff, you know the score. And then we've got all of the drawers, the small drawers, running along there, all in one row. We'll be up to 850 labelled up, although they're not full. That's all the crap that used to be under my desk. As you can see, pretty outstanding. And then this side, we've got big drawers all on this side, and again we've got capacity down the bottom there. The big boxes down the bottom here, we had 8 of them and they fitted perfectly along that row, which is good. And then we've kind of got the 2L 5L boxes in 3 different locations. So they start on the 3rd aisle, which is back here. Little shelf up the top with a few bits and pieces lined up, but that'll change over time. So we've got the first kind of low numbers of the 5L boxes there, and then it runs down there for that block. And having done a couple of orders on whatever day that was, Friday, much easier in stacks of 3 as opposed to piled high, and then the rest of them running along the top. And we've even got some new space there and then minifigures there. But it doesn't end there, because the organisation maestro has been in full effect. So we've got packaging, overflow parts, and then in this drawer we've got cupboard even. We have got parting out, so used pretty much there, so new stuff down there, and we've got cups and pots and bags and all of that going on in there. And then right up the top we've got instructions through there, so that's all instructions in there. And then in this one there's more instructions, but I think it's on the right hand side. There's one set of instructions back there, and then the rest of it is overflow arches up there. And then as you can see, OF1, 14 and 13 through there, which is cool. So there we go. Epic, an epic space. As you can tell, it's much brighter. It's early evening. I've switched out all the lights to be bright white lumens. We've got enough lumens here to guide ships in. But yeah, we're in cracking shape for the week ahead. So that is excellent. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching this week. I know it's been an odd one with kind of slow orders and busy in the store, kind of getting the store moved twice. But we're here now. So we're all ready for business next week, where it's going to be a big challenge of getting that part number back up to something in the 470s plus, hopefully. So we're going to charge on with that, and then no doubt things will pop up with a reorganisation that need addressing. But yeah, all part and parcel, and obviously eBay to get going as well. So I'll leave it there. See you next week.